Right, a word of warning. I am so hyped about Doctor Who, so in love with Doctor Who. I am so, it's like every birthday and every Christmas combined just on the horizon, that there is no way that this is not a biased, overly enthusiastic, unreliable review of Mark of the Rani. So please bear that in mind. This is not the highest level of critical analysis I will ever do on a Doctor Who story. So it's Mark of the Rani. How thrilling and exciting. I think the fundamental issues with this programme, this particular episode, are as follows. Doctor Who cannot do 45 minutes yet. It hasn't got a clue how to do 45 minutes. We have so much just bumbling about. It's almost as if the production crew and the writers have just decided that because you got 45 minutes, that's completely legitimising having 10 minutes of nothing. And we get lots and lots and lots of nothing. Okay, so that's fine. We have to factor that in. If this was two 25-minute episodes, I think it would have popped a little bit more. I'm looking to Libby to see what she thinks.
No, I'm just contemplating that because I think you can tell where the break would be.
Yeah.
But it always seems to be this bloody mine shaft. They're just dangerous, aren't they?
So
I think you should mechanise everything so you don't need to do the mining.
No, I'm a Luddite. No, don't do that. Next thing that's a problem here is, hi Pip and Jane Baker. Good to see you. The dialogue here is really peculiar. Did you pick up on this, Lib? Nobody talks like a human, like a real person.
They all talk with such a strong accent I can't even...
Well, we'll get to the accents in a minute because that's the third thing. Nobody talks like a real person. And then they will occasionally come out with the most extravagant, egregious and overblown words that you've ever heard. Just out of nowhere. It's honestly as if every sort of like fifth line, Pip and or Jane have gone, let's go and get a thesaurus and just chuck an interesting word in. And while that's okay, if you I'm doing 45-minute comparisons here. If you compare this to New Who, of any creed or colour, the amount of jokes in that, the amount of pithy moments, the amount of times where something develops whilst the dialogue is doing something different, some sort of multi-layered moment. It's legion. It happens all the time.
That dog is snoring so loud.
I know, she's gone. Whereas Pip and Jane write high school plays. And that's okay. That's fine. Good to see you, Pip and Jane. Long may your reign last. The final thing I want to say with some measure of critique, because like I say, I'm being resolutely positive here, is ye shall have a fishy. Ye shall have a fishy on a little dishy. Ye shall have a... to your... anyway, can't do the accent. Neither can they. I mean... We looked at where Robert Stevenson was from. We were, whilst didn't go in, we were convinced he was from Yorkshire. He's not, and I don't even know when. Well, and that's okay. That's fine. It's just so pronounced. There's one part where the master's facing off with three blokes, and he says, like, I genuinely couldn't understand what this English-speaking individual could say. Wouldn't you harness of this, like, do you? Don't know where that accent was from, but then again, neither do they. So hold on, let's do the positives. Okay, so it's nice to see the master back, even though he's completely unnecessary for this story.
He's not required. He needs to bugger off. It's like, why can't they just let there be an adequate, well-matched female adversary? What's the word?
Adversary. It does feel like... not mansplaining, man taking over the galaxying. You're not capable of enacting your quiet little squeak.
Because it's a woman.
Yeah, it does feel a little bit weird that the master's here as well. And it's not Ainley's finest performance. Libby said, if you don't mind repeating what you said, that she thinks Ainley's her least favourite master. Ainley was my master, of course. But yeah, with hindsight, he's no Delgado, and there we go. But bless you, Auntie Laney, we love you. But we've yet to see Ainley's best performance, by the way. Ainley has a standout performance. We've not seen it yet, so there we go.
Right.
The Rani's great though, like genuinely.
Yes, she is.
Aside from the stilted dialogue, but everybody shares that, so may as well. I think Kate O'Mara is fantastic. And I really think that it's interesting. I mean, they're overplaying. Oh, you're a chemist. You're a chemist. Something to do with brain chemistry. What about chemistry? We get it. You're a chemist. Fine. Show, don't tell, please. But I think Kate O'Mara's got a really good energy about her, and that's smashing, and that's all good. I love location. I love historical stories. I honestly wish we could have just a bit less, ye shall have a fishy, and a bit more flipping. This is just interesting. It's like going back to the Black Country Museum in Dudley, back when I was a kid. And that's fantastic. And, I could do more of that, and that would be great, but nonetheless, positive Doctor Who. I'm totally in love with Doctor Who right now. So I'm enjoying that setup. I think Colin has some moments to sparkle here. And I'm going to say something that's not going to massively please my wife, but I'll level with you. I don't know whether it's the direction or the writing or whatever else like that. I love my doctors, but there's moments where I just think, oh, that could have been a bit more.
It's a bit like he's got his period.
Yeah, it just feels very mooted, and it's a shame.
I mean that as a anti-feminist.
No, of course not.
It reminds me of when Winnie's got her period.
It just feels a little bit off his game, and it's odd because he's, you could tell from Varos where he can take this Doctor, and I just think his performance here, I also don't think it's helped. He's had a whole big section where he meets the Master and the Rani again. He's laying flat on a table. Now, I know he's got to be flat on the table for the cliffhanger, and let's be honest, that's quite a cool cliffhanger, really, apart from the crash zoom into the hole. Yeah, we got where this was going.
Zoom into the hole.
Yeah, where it goes, vroom, all of this hole. But I don't think the story's helping him be at his best. There's a moment like when he looks up at Perry, he goes, "How do I look?" And I thought, oh, that's quite cute. I like that. And the bit where he shakes the tin when he comes in is cheeky. Although, again, anyway, Perry in this is annoying.
Yes.
I hate to say
She's just useless and flappy.
Yeah, she's annoying.
She doesn't add anything. In fact, they should just have the Doctor versus the Rani.
It's a real...
Do you think the Rani... Sorry to interrupt.
No, carry on, please.
Do you think she's... When you think about how Missy was presented...
Yes.
I think there's something of the Rani in her, just that sort of Victoriana-y appearance as well at this point.
When you mentioned that earlier, I didn't make that connection. You're right. I do, though, really like the distinction, whereas the Rani is... That the Master is a nutter who's immoral, who seems to revel in doing bad things. The Rani, they're trying to picture as amoral. I have an objective. This is just the easy way to do it. And to be honest, that little speech, the best thing in this, the best dialogue in this is, do humans bother when they catch a rabbit or eat a lamb chop and this, that, and the other? That was the best. That was the most, I thought, thought-provoking bit of dialogue, which is a shame because we should be talking about Robert Louis Stevenson. I also find it weird why... I know, we'll see what happens in the next episode. I vaguely remember. But I want to see Robert Louis Stevenson. I'm promised, a genius here.
Yeah, I want to be...
And I've got a dude with mutton chops who I recognise from 1,000 other television programmes, which again is fine. But I want to see Robert Louis Stevenson. When it started, I convinced myself we were going to get another celebrity historical. I was going to say, oh, do you remember when I said the next scene's got a celebrity historical? It's 2. Anyway, there we go. So listen, none of this matters because I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is flipping Doctor Who, and even bad Doctor Who, with the possible exception of Warriors of the Deep, Curse of the Black Spot, that Capaldi one, Celestial Toymaker. But even bad Doctor Who is fantastic. And this isn't bad Doctor Who. This is average Doctor Who with moments of brilliance and with not brilliance, moments of good. And Kate O'Mara is great. And, that's fine. It's better than fine. The model shot of the TARDIS going down that hole was quite fun as well. So listen, the plan is this. Why am I telling this?
I don't understand. When people try and pick up the TARDIS and move it.
Yeah.
Isn't it really super mega heavy? I don't understand.
I'm pretty sure the programmers had different takes on this, but for the most part, I think it doesn't weigh quite as much as you think it does. I think in other
Just like me.
Now, a little bit of admin. You don't care. The plan is to watch Mark of the Rani tomorrow. Episode 2, we'll do that. Then we can fact up. Tomorrow's obviously the birthday of Doctor Who. Get it. Friday night, we always have Friday night film night with the kids. So we're going to do a Whoathon Redu, which is we're going to watch the cut down, colourised Daleks. Okay. Libby's just said, do you think the kids are going to like it? I didn't give a toss. That's what we're doing. And then obviously we won't be doing anything about Saturday night because that will be long in the future for this series, although I am hoping to finish the book I'm reading at the moment. Today, people, I have listened to an audio adventure with Tom and Tennant in. I have read some of my second Doctor book. I have just watched the 6 Doctor episodes. I have just started another 10th Doctor adventure. I've even bought the Radio Times, just like we used to do in the old days, which I've left in your car because it's flipping got Tom in it, and this Jodie Whittaker article. Genuinely, I have not felt this so full of Who as for years and years and years. And people, if you're still watching this 11 minutes in, let me just say this. We are about to embark on the 4th golden age of Doctor Who. It is flipping amazing. I am so excited. I love you more than love Doctor Who. Jesus. I do. And do you know, I came to the conclusion today that I like my children more than Doctor Who. That's when they're together, though, because there's 2 of them. If you separate them, probably prefer Doctor Who. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.